Well, hi there folks, it's Matt Hayson here looking at this week's property market as we turn a corner into December and the final selling stages for 2022. Now there's plenty of property information unfolding this week. Let's get into it, starting with writing for the Australian Financial Review and Livewire Markets. Christopher Joy has noted that the interest rate shock is just around the corner. As we all know, there are $500 billion worth of loans that come off their fixed rate positions throughout the course of 2023, and latest RBA modelling has indicated that there's going to be a major reduction in the spare cash available for many borrowers. Up to 1/3 of people are going to be impacted, between 40 and in some cases over 100%, which could put some of those borrowers into a default position. As we all know, throughout the course of 2020 and 2021, many people went out and bought big in property on the basis that the rhetoric from the RBA was the cash rate was not going to be lifted until 2024. Now, many of these borrowers are going to be facing repayments 40% higher than their lender had actually factored into any modelling throughout the course of the lifetime of their loan. Now, during the week, the RBA boss, Governor Philip Lowe, has come out and apologised for his ongoing rhetoric that the cash rate would not be lifted until 2024. Well, that apology is going to certainly be put to the test throughout the course of 2023. Now, as we close out the month of November, we can see through CoreLogic data that property values in Sydney were down by 11.4%. But as I mentioned last week, the speed and the rate of that decline has certainly been dropping and reducing. So could we be seeing a tipping point in the market? Or in fact, could we be seeing property prices increase throughout the course of 2023? Well, this week, SQM Research, Louis Christopher, released his boom and bust report with a number of scenarios which outlined what could happen throughout the course of next year. And his base case scenario indicated that property values could be increasing by between 5 and 9%. So looking at those scenarios, it'll be interesting to see what one you believe is going to turn out to be accurate. Now, through the course of this week, what we did learn is inflation may be reducing. It came through lower than forecast, sitting at 6.9%. It was down from 7.3% the month prior and actually missed the target of 7.6%. Now, if we are passing the peak of inflation, it may put a pause on the RBA's rate lifting cycle. But boiling all of this down to the coalface of the market, we are still selling some amazing properties. This week, 8 Rose Street in Birchgrove, this beautiful trophy home was secured prior to auction. Magnificent, elegant, timeless home. And then across at Marrickville, we've set a new suburb record for 349 Livingston Road in Marrickville, sold under the hammer by Alex Mastoris, just under 4.4 million. Then we saw 2 very hot auctions. The first one at 11 Harris Street in Balmain. Now this property almost sold for 25% above the reserve, and then across in Hunters Hill at 7 Centenary Avenue. That one almost sold for north of 40% above the reserve. So still some spirited bidding going on in the market. And we're still listing some amazing properties as well, including this one at 3 Wrights Point in Drummoyne. This is a magnificent waterfront home which has been listed by Dan Patterson with a guide of $15 million. Now, what's very interesting about this property, we're already seeing very good buyer demand and good buyer traction, which indicates that there is still very high interest for these blue chip quality assets. So folks, that's what's going down in and around the property market this week. Thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you out and about.